Alrighty, the complete unscripted traveler's guide to staying in shape. All right, this is right off the dome. Got my whiteboard here, crooked whiteboard. Love to see it. Gonna provide some value to you guys. So, what's the problem, guys? Well, when you're traveling, we have limited resources. We have limited gyms. We have disrupted schedules. We have eating out, which oftentimes people don't prepare for and they overeat. So, basically what it boils down to is we have a lack of a strategy. Now, the solution is an identity shift. You're not just trying to be the fit person that stays in shape, all that jazz. What you're doing now is you're becoming the fit person. What does the fit person do? Well, when they go on vacation, they certainly don't let all of their good habits fly out the fucking window, don't they? No. They stay adherent to their schedule. They do things as a fit person would. They make time for their workouts and they make choices that are conducive to their lifestyle goals. And that's exactly what I'm trying to get you guys to do on this video right now. So, I'll go over a few key practices that you can do on vacation to make sure you don't disrupt your progress and also still have a good time, because the fitness is about what? Well, it's about balance. Fitness is about adding value to your life, not taking away from it. And oftentimes people get very hyper fixated on nutrition and training on vacation. It can ruin the whole fucking thing. Believe me, I've been there, right? You're worried about, oh my God, how am I looking on the beach? Oh Jesus, I need a carb load. I need to do all this water cutting. Stop, all right? That's like borderline disordered. Get help, all right? What we're trying to focus on is just sustainable practices so that you can enjoy your life and also be stress-free, that you're not ruining your progress. All right, so the key with training is we really just want to be moving. All right, we want to get in our steps in. We want to avoid sedentary activity. So honestly, a full body circuit would work. You could just do some push-ups, some pull-ups, some crunches, whatever the hell. Just get the body moving, burn some calories. What I would suggest too is isometrics. So the reason why isometrics can build a muscle is because they have a high amount of tension, right? Within the muscle, there's a high amount of tension, high amount of pulling force in that muscle. There's also a lot of muscle fibers being switched on. So you're in a state where you have one, there's a high amount of tension. We know that muscles grow from tension. We've already acknowledged that, I've explained that. But now we have two, we have a lot of muscle fibers that are actually active producing that force. And because we're doing a maximum voluntary contraction, meaning you're using max effort against an immovable object, we are effectively activating all of our muscle fibers, and each muscle fiber has a lot of tension on that. So these can be an effective way to actually maintain those adaptations that you got from strength training and even also build muscle, believe it or not, right? So what I would do for this is you do a hamstring curl on the ground against an immovable object. Go next to a bed frame that's like nailed into the ground and try to do a hamstring curl without, well, don't cramp up obviously, but you're gonna pull on it with maximum effort. That's what we call a isometric, and that's what you're gonna do. So you can do these things on vacation to maintain those adaptations and even build some if you don't have access to any gym. All right, that's what I would suggest here. Now, what you're gonna do is 2 to 3 times a week, 30 to 45 minutes, call it there, all right? The goal of vacation is to enjoy the scenery. But for me, when I'm out on vacation, to be honest, I'm excited about the new gyms. For me, it's exciting to step into a new gym, into an unfamiliar environment and see what machines they got, all that stuff. But I understand that everyone's like that, and that's okay. So 2 to 3 times a week, 30 to 45 minutes. If you tell me you don't have time, you're bullshitting, because I know you do. You can do this at home. You can do this anywhere. You can do this at the beach, wherever the hell. Figure it out. Do it, all right? Then steps, at least 10K steps. And on vacation, you should be getting your steps in, so that wouldn't really be an issue. Oftentimes we walk a little bit more when we're on vacation. We explore the city, we explore wherever. So try to get those steps in. That's gonna be crucial. Go on your hikes, go on whatever. Make sure you're staying hydrated for those hikes and whatnot. But as far as nutrition goes, I would just make protein the focal point of every meal. Now the issue is when people go out, they're starving usually, they're ravenous. They just finished up an activity, they're going out to eat, and they're like, oh, I'm so hungry. That's not good. So using the hunger fullness scale, I often talk about the 1 to 10 scale, where 1 indicates I'm absolutely ravenous. 10 is like, oh, I'm stuffed. We want to be between 3 and a 7. A 3 would be you got a pleasant hunger going on. You get some pleasant hunger, you're like, oh, I can eat now, right? A 7 would be like, oh, I'm satiated. I don't need to eat anymore. We want to be between there. We don't want to get to the point where we're starving, because obviously then we're just going to overeat a meal. That's not good. So what I would suggest is having some sort of Fairlife protein bar, whatever, prior to actually eating that meal, because it's going to get you a little satiated and it's going to prevent you from overeating as much. That's one of my favorite strategies I tell all my clients who travel a lot is, hey, let's get some Fairlife shakes, just have one before you're going out to your corporate meeting, and it'll actually get you satiated a little bit so you have better impulse control. So that way you're not digging in the fucking apps waiting for your meal. That happens all the time, dude. You'll be like, I'm good. And then you go to the meal, there's breadsticks put out. Oh, it's game over. It's game. I know some of you guys watching this just immediately inhale those breadsticks, probably kill 4 of them right away, right? So having a little bit of something in the stomach can help out with the impulsive control, all right? Now, also my focal point of the meal is always make sure the meal that you get has a key protein source. So if I'm going out to eat, I'm gonna get like main thing of chicken breast, and I'll have a side. And honestly, what I would do, and this isn't demonizing carbohydrates, but it's just the truth. Whenever we go and eat out, all right, Restaurants' main goal is not to make you lose weight. It's to make the food tasty. That's what their main goal is. So we have to recognize that. We got to go, oh, restaurants' main goal is to make the food taste good. So what are they going to do? They're going to load it up with oils. They'll probably load everything up with sauces and creams and fats to make it taste good. And that's why I would suggest just avoid honestly, skip out on the carbohydrate, right? And yes, maybe it's a little restrictive, but at the same time, if we're really trying to lose weight, we just have to be conscious of the fact that restaurants are going to make the food taste good. They're going to add a bunch of shit in there, and it's going to be very high calorie. There's nothing wrong with carbs, but it's just a matter of fact that at the restaurant, their main goal is taste and flavor, not your satiety, unfortunately. So that's what I would do on that front. Probably avoid the carb, and then for your side, get a side salad with limited dressing on it. Please watch the dressing. You could think you're getting a salad and be healthy, but then people will dump a whole cup of dressing on there. That's 600 calories, and there you go, pal. You could just got in the dish, but then you got a salad and you fucked it up by drowning it in dressing. It's not even a salad at that point. It's like dressing with a side of leaves. What are we doing? So I always get a veg of some sort, make protein a staple of the meal. And then you can also ask for them to use less oil, say easy on the oil, no oil, whatever, depending on the restaurant. Most restaurants are very accommodating in my experience. And then 80-20, all right? 80% whole foods, 80% nutritious foods. So that means, honestly, what I would do is anchor meals to your day, have 1 to 2 planned meals already. And then you can go out and whatever. But whenever you're going out, I would always kind of in advance and kind of what you're going to get and stick to that, because humans are pretty good rule followers. Now, we're not trying to ruin your fucking life here, but what is the purpose of vacation? Well, yeah, try new things, but also we don't have to have food be this like experience, right? It's just fuel. That's all it is. So you can enjoy the food and not overeat it. And that's the key distinguishing factor. Is like you still enjoy food and not muck down the whole entire goddamn restaurant and put them out of business. You know what I'm saying? So I would anchor 1 to 2 meals to the day, right? Either, dinner, lunch, whatever the hell. So they're high protein. Make sure they got plenty of fruits and veg in there, and plenty of fiber. And you'll probably be good to go, right? Because we just want to avoid excess hunger so you're not prone to going to McDonald's and getting 4 Big Macs, all right? Now, I understand a lot of you guys like to drink, okay? Get it. Vacation, you want to have some alcohol. It's fine. Now, although do I think alcohol has any health benefit whatsoever? No, it's nothing. It probably only leads to making bad decisions and probably text your ex-girlfriend or some shit like that. I probably know what I'm talking about. So this is the Bender approach, okay? What is it? Well, alcohol is 7 calories per gram. With that knowledge, we want to use beverages that are light. So if you're getting beer, get a light beer, okay? Get beer that's lower in calories, like 90 to 100. If you're getting a seltzer, get one that doesn't have sugar in it. Get a 0 sugar seltzer. Oh my God, the aspartame. Are you seriously worried about aspartame when you're drinking alcohol? Are you fucking kidding me? What are we doing? So you can get a 0 sugar seltzer, you'll be just fine. I would stick to hard alcohols like tequila, like vodka. Lower calories going to get you a better bang for your buck there if the goal is to get as tipsy as possible. Now, that being said, if the goal is to get a little tipsy, right? That means we should probably front load protein early in the day. All right, so hit that protein goal, get it done easy, hit that like 7 to 1 gram per pound early in the day, get it done with so you don't got to worry about it. Then I wouldn't drink on a full stomach. I wouldn't. Reason being is because it's going to absorb some of that alcohol. You're going to end up needing to consume more alcohol to get the same buzz effect, if that's really what you're chasing here. Now, this is not medical advice, okay? This is just an observation. That's all. If you follow this, it's at your own risk, okay? Not me. So don't drink on a full stomach. And then I would have water and electrolytes before, roughly around 700 milligrams of sodium, 300 milligrams of potassium, and then 50 to 100 milligrams of magnesium. And then have that with like 20 ounces of water, right? That's going to prevent you from getting extremely dehydrated and keep you without a headache. Now, what I would also do is when you're drinking, do not drink like an hour before bed. Okay, the goal is because alcohol really can dysregulate your sleep cycle and circadian rhythm. We do not want that to happen. So whenever you're sleeping, just don't drink an hour before bed. Let your body calm down a little bit. Now your body takes a wee bit to even burn an ounce of alcohol, but it helps when you don't fucking slam your body with shots right before you go to bed. Okay, good idea. So I would also drink 16 ounces of water with some sodium, potassium, magnesium, all in the respective ratios that I mentioned before, after you finish drinking, right before bed, okay? It'll help you in the morning with that headache, right? It'll help prevent some of that hangover. Now, as far as supplements go, you can use NAC and acetylcysteine. I think so. What this is just gonna help you do is, well, it's a precursor to a powerful antioxidant, glutathione, so it can help with the quote unquote detoxification and mitigate some of those negative effects that come with alcohol. And you could do that right after you're drinking. Now before, I don't know, because it might affect the absorption of the alcohol and kill your vibe there, but after it might not be a bad idea. So if you're planning on doing some sort of bender, here's my approach is always plan for these, right? We want to limit alcohol consumption as much as possible, but I understand that happens and we just kind of plan for it. So if you're going to do it, plan a day that you're going to do it and then already have that days and meals kind of out a little bit, have some structure, because the lack of a plan is really what causes people to get completely off their workout routine and regimen. All right, so that's kind of vendor approach. And all we're kind of here is an identity shift. That's the main key, right? We want to shift from a person who just tries to be the guy that gets in shape to the guy who actually understands and implements the regimes, the mindset that is needed to become that guy, okay? It takes time and commitment to do that. But I believe that you can make this change. And here are just 3 really, really simple steps that you can do while you're out traveling to just make sure you're totally hijacking your progress or results. Ultimately, the key behind fitness is balance. Okay, the key behind fitness is to add value to your life and not subtract away from it. So if you're finding it is subtracting away from it and you're getting too obsessed about these things, that's an issue, okay? You need to fix that because fitness, being in shape, being that jack guy on the beach should only ever help you out, right? It should only ever give you a confidence booster. Shouldn't your life, shouldn't control your life. And ultimately, what are we there for? We're there for family, friends, in the socialization aspect, all right? Food is a component of that, but it's not the focal point, all right? So if you're going like, oh my God, food, like, oh my God, I wonder what I'm gonna eat, that's a problem, okay? To be honest with you, you've got an attachment to food that needs to be addressed because it's okay to enjoy foods, but you shouldn't be most excited about what food you're gonna eat, right? I mean, guys, like, just food, that's all it is. Relax a little bit, okay? It's not this magical thing, it's always gonna be there, okay? Enjoy good foods, but also stay in control of your urges and be a responsible human being. And then always carry around high protein snacks, bars, beef jerky, all that jazz. On the go. It'll help you out a little bit, help you hit those goals. But overall, pretty simple, right? That's the kind of approach that I take with travel. And often when I tell clients, obviously it's a little bit more nuanced depending on the person, but this is a good strategy to help you kind of stay in shape, not totally derail your progress on vacation. And I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe button. And if you want to apply for coaching, work one-on-one with me, implement some of these strategies, then just hit the link in my bio, right? And I'll help you out. But appreciate you.